Author Mykola Khomych chose the setting of his story specifically to unite two novels. His novel, Territory of Lies, spans over 1,000 years of Kyivan Rus history. Part of it takes place within the walls of Kyiv's St. Sophia Cathedral. The novel's main characters are modern researchers who are trying to untangle the hidden stories of Norwegian families by studying ancient paintings. The novel is a romance about Kyivan Rus Prince Yaroslav the Wise and a Swedish princess. The author explains the role Scandinavians played during the time of the Kyivan Rus. The Polans and the Drevlinians, both Slavic tribes, lived 1,000 years ago near Korostin. Northern Vikings arrived and conquered both tribes, uniting them into one, which began to call itself the ancient Rusian government, Kyivan Rus. In his novel, the main characters learn from Middle Age records maintained by St. Sophia Cathedral that the cathedral was not founded by Yaroslav the Wise, but rather by his father, Vladimir the Great. The author based his artistic reinterpretation of history on modern research. The most important thing, the most compelling, is the discovery of graffiti on the walls. This is from 1018, 1019. This tells us that the cathedral had already been built and had been decorated. The finished walls bore graffiti. This is a non-refutable fact. This is not a lithograph that has been written a few times. This is authentic. With this discovery, the young researchers visit a history professor. This is when the reader learns a new version of the founding of the Kyivan Rus. The author tries to dispel myths Russian historians tell. The concept of the legacy of the Kyivan Rus is that it is a shared legacy of Ukraine and Russia. It is specifically this idea that is questioned in the pages of this novel. In the novel Secrets of the Tomb, the author draws parallels between the past and the present. Mykola looked at the history of war and the Kremlin's constant attempts to conquer Ukraine. He also looked as well at the current war in Donbass and the occupation of Crimea. He wanted to show readers that war between Russia and Ukraine is actually war between two separate civilizations. Kyivan Rus was actually a part of the European sphere. These threads led to the split of the church in 1054, when Rus tore itself away from Western civilization and forged its own orthodox path. All the wars followed, and what is now occurring is in fact an effort to tear ourselves away from the Russian sphere. This is Vivica Williams for UATV.